Hi, welcome to Tata Asset Management's take on the Union Budget for fiscal 1920. While the Union Budget tilts towards populism, it has avoided a complete slip in the fiscal deficit. The fiscal deficit target, which was there for this year of 3.3%, now it's forecasted to be 3.4% for 2018-19 and remaining same as fiscal 2020. So therefore there is a slip in the fiscal consolidation benchmarks which were earlier set, and the tapering down is much slower. It's still not a complete reduction or a complete destruction of the trend which we had forecasted. I think some of the assumptions on the tax rate, on the direct tax rate, while they seem to be reasonable, on the indirect tax rates, on the GST collection especially, the assumption seems to be slightly on the optimistic side unless the government can really scale up and spruce up their compliance. One of the key takeaways from the budget, apart from the fiscal deficit numbers which came out, was the consumption stimulus which the government has provided by means of two things. One, on the agri side, providing some kind of a basic income support to the farmers below a certain threshold level of land holdings. And secondly, the tax breaks on the lower income class segments. Both these put together comes to about 1 trillion rupees, which is about 0.5% of the GDP. What this is going to do is to provide stimulus to consumption across the rural and semi-urban segments of the market, primarily helping 3 or 4 segments of the economy, comprising FMCG demand, small ticket consumer discretionary demand like white goods, and home improvement and real estate. On the real estate side, government has given certain tax breaks to especially people who are sitting on unsold inventory. Also for the sale and purchase of real estate, there are some tax breaks. So that is going to have some kind of impact or a positive impact on the real estate demand, real estate sector, especially because the sector has been in a free fall in terms of the demand. So it will provide some kind of a base support is what the government is trying to achieve. As far as other sectors are concerned, there's really not much of a change. Corporate tax rates remain the same. Income tax rates except for the lower income class categories remains the same. Sector level changes on the taxation, on the indirect taxation, has anyway been taken out to the GST Council, so that was never going to be part of this budget, so not major changes there. So overall, I would say, as expected in an election year, a budget which is tilting towards populism, but not going the whole hog and destroying the fiscal numbers completely. And in terms of the consumption side, there is obviously a big boost or a stimulus which the government wants to provide through the stimulus in the agri as well as the real estate side. Thank you very much and all the best.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.